We'd like to welcome you to our current event and weekly Bible study for August 2nd, 2009. August 2nd, 2009. And today we're going to be doing an update on this whole Maitreya situation. Some of the people had emailed me regarding Benjamin Creme that he had just made some more announcements. There's been another newsletter that's come out on their website, Share International. And if this is the first time you're hearing anything about Maitreya, what I've done on the PDF that I will put up with this teaching on sermon audio is a link to all 20 of the teachings that I've done on Maitreya, Benjamin Creme, and this whole situation with the coming one world religion, one world religious leader, the Antichrist, and how that ties into it. I've done actually 20 teachings on this, and there's a link at the very top of this PDF you can click on, and you can start listening to those, because I can't obviously get into all of that other information I've got into in times past. But I do want to give a little bit of an overview for all of us, just to kind of refresh ourselves. The Bible says in Luke 21, verse 8, Jesus is talking, and he said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them." So that's an admonition, a commandment, really, to Jesus to us, to not go after those that call themselves Christ. Now, there's many false Christs in the world. There's a lot of people out there that are claiming to be Jesus Christ reincarnated, or variations of that. But there's only one Antichrist. And I'm not saying, and I've said this in times past, that Maitreya is absolutely 100% I believe is the Antichrist. I'm not saying that, but I believe that there's a good chance that he is. And if he's not, he's still going to play some type of major part in the end time deception. The New World Order and the United Nations really have a lot invested in him. And his original website was United Nations sponsored. It still is. They just took the designation down off the website. From his website at Share International, I'm reading right off his own website, and it says, "Who is Maitreya? He has been expected for generations by all major religions." Okay, so this is what their own website is saying. Christians know him as the Christ. Now remember, we just read in Luke 21:8, where Jesus said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ." Well, this is exactly what he's saying. But he goes beyond that, because he's the one that Share International and these New Agers are saying has been the one that's been expected by all major religions. Christians know him as the Christ and expect his imminent return. I'm reading off this website. Jews await him as the Messiah. The Hindus look for the coming Krishna. Buddhists expect him as Maitreya Buddha. And the Muslims anticipate Imam Mahdi or their Messiah. So he is everything kind of rolled all into one. He's the total package. That's at least what he's claiming. Now, I'm all of what I'm reading here is right off his website, and this is posted on the PDF. I even posted a picture of him when he appeared in Nairobi, Kenya. He's made one official appearance where he actually, from the accounts that we read, he actually materialized out of thin air and dematerialized out of thin air when it was over. Now, again, if the Antichrist is going to come with all lying signs and wonders, this really shouldn't be a big surprise to us. This was in Nairobi, Kenya, quite a long time ago that this happened. And there's a picture here I put up on the PDF so you can see that. But I've done many other teachings on that, so I don't want to say a whole lot more there. Reading from the website, we can also read, although the names are different, many believe that they are all refer to the same individual, the world teacher whose personal name is Maitreya. Now, I never really got into this in times past, but I posted a picture of his official symbol, Maitreya's official symbol that represents him. Okay? And you'll see, when you see it on the PDF file, that it is a It's a hexagram is the foundation of this symbol in a circle, which is the classic way an occultist would portray a hexagram. Now, a hexagram is a six-pointed star, and the number 6 is not a there's all kind of occult connotations with the number 6. The hexagram is one of the most powerful wicked symbols in witchcraft. And you've heard of pentagrams. Hexagrams are typically thought of in occult circles as even a more powerful witchcraft type symbol. And just because it's on the Israeli flag doesn't make it good. Okay? And the reason it's on the Israeli flag had a lot to do with the Rothschilds, and that's a whole other thing we can get into. Now, I've done 2 studies on the hexagram and how the hexagram will most likely play a major part in the mark of the beast. Okay? And I posted these teachings right below the symbol, so you can just click on them right from my PDF. And they're entitled The Hexagram and the Mark of the Beast. In this particular hexagram, though, it's a little bit different because we've got other religious symbols at each point of the hexagram. We've got a cross, a Christian cross, at one point. We've got the Islamic star and crescent moon of Islam. We have got 2 separate other hexagrams at 2 other points. We have got it looks like a hexagram-like symbol with a swastika in the middle and a yin-yang symbol in the middle of that. So you talk about everything. Can you see that? So that's Maitreya's official symbol. And I should have talked about that a little bit more. I just find it ironic that here we have a guy or an entity, whatever he is, that is claiming to be all these things. The New Agers are highly anticipating him. Benjamin Creme has been, which is his false prophet, has been his mouthpiece for well over 20 years. The UN is firmly behind him. Okay, and I've done several teachings to prove this. And I've done this teaching on the hexagram and the mark of the beast. Not saying that the hexagram is the mark of the beast, but I said it will probably play a part in it. Okay, so listen to the teachings before you draw judgment on that. And here, this man, this whatever he is, Maitreya, his symbol is foundationally a hexagram. So it's just kind of ironic, and it seems confirmatory to a lot of the things we've taught in the past here. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to play an audio clip from one of their teachings. They're up on YouTube now. Maitreya's, he wants to keep up with the times. So he's got his own little YouTube site, and it's for Share International. And Benjamin Creme has made a couple different announcements in the last month. He was also interviewed 2 days ago on George Noory on Coast to Coast, and it had been 4 years since he had been interviewed. And we're going to play that interview, but first we're going to play this little talk that he did recently. I believe he gave this in Japan. He talks about the star. Now, I've reported on this in the last couple teachings where what they're predicting is a star that is going to be shining both day and night, and the whole world will be able to see this star. Okay? And we're going to find out today what the origin of the star is. You can hear it right out of Benjamin Creme's own mouth. And what I'm going to be doing is letting him talk, and then I'm going to be probably stopping this and commentating so you can get a little bit of background, because you just don't want to hear what he's saying. We need to have the overview of what he's really saying. So I'm going to go ahead and start this right now. This is from Share International, right from the source. And this was just posted July 31st. So this just came out. And it was funny because I really had been feeling convicted about, I hadn't been up on the website for probably a month or whatever. And I got this conviction, and then all of a sudden when I checked it, this video had just gotten posted. I literally checked this on the 31st when I found this out, and it had been posted that day. Then I found out George Noory was interviewing Creme, and it was very, very quick that this all happened, so I wasn't even planning on doing this teaching, but this is how a lot of times it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and